Let me tell you about a man who knew that the world makes way for the man who knows where he is going and will not let anyone stand in his way. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Chapter 1. Your invisible chains. Invisible chains. You bleed power, draining your influence without realizing. We must seal these cracks, for in secrecy lies the true path to strength and dominion. Right now, you are bleeding power. They tell you endless communication is key, that transparency builds trust, but this is a lie that leaves you vulnerable. Understood what most Machiavelli understood, what most still refuse to see. Never reveal your full hand, for in showing your cards, you grant your adversaries the very means to defeat you. You are like a bucket with invisible cracks, slowly draining your potential, your influence, your capacity to move. Every day, subtle leaks erode your strategic position, siphoning away the energy you need to build, to dominate, to win. These are not grand betrayals or obvious attacks. These are quiet, insidious habits you've been taught to embrace, behaviors that seem harmless but are silently working against you. They are chains forged of your own good intentions, binding you to the approval and understanding of others. The first drain is the compulsion to explain yourself. You feel a need to justify your actions, your decisions, your choices to anyone who asks. You believe this makes you reasonable, approachable. It does not, it makes you weak. Every time you explain yourself, you move from an offensive position to a defensive position, and the moment they know you need their understanding, they have leverage over you. This need to explain broadcasts insecurity. It signals that your actions require external validation to be legitimate. Think about a poker player announcing their read on the table, their strategy for the next hand. They instantly forfeit their advantage, inviting counterplay, betraying their confidence. Your life is a game, and you are constantly showing your hand for free. Watch what happens when you decide to pursue a goal, embark on a new path, or simply set a boundary. The moment you articulate your reasoning, you open yourself to argument, doubt, and sabotage. People will pick apart your logic, project their own fears, or simply wait for you to flinch because you've given them a target. You've offered them a weakness to exploit. Here's how you stop this bleed. Act. Do not explain. Make your move and let the consequences speak for themselves. Your actions should be the only justification you ever provide. When confronted, a simple, firm statement of your decision is enough. There is no need for a prolonged defense, no obligation to educate those who question you. If you announce your plans with detailed explanations, people will scrutinize, debate, and attempt to derail you. But if you quietly execute, there is nothing to argue with, no opportunity to inject their doubts or fears into your resolve. Your silence creates a space of certainty, where only your results matter, and results are difficult to argue with. Another subtle drain is the endless pursuit of external validation. You post your wins, your thoughts, your struggles, waiting for the digital applause, the affirmation from your peers. This is a hunger that can never be satisfied, a bottomless pit that demands constant feeding, and it leaves you completely dependent on the fleeting opinions of others. This constant outreach for approval makes your self-worth conditional. It tethers your inner state to external feedback loops, granting other people the power to dictate your happiness, your confidence, your next move. When you rely on external praise, you become a puppet, dancing to the tune of collective opinion, forever adapting to what others want to see. Here's how you eliminate this drain. Cultivate an inner fortress of self-acceptance. Define your own metrics for success, your own standards for what is good and true for you. Your actions become their own reward, fueled by an internal engine, not by the fickle applause of the crowd. This is not arrogance, it is self-possession. If you constantly chase external approval, you will find yourself caught in a reactive loop, always responding to what others expect or desire. But if you build your worth from within, you become proactive, moving with purpose that is entirely your own, unswayed by the shifting sands of public opinion or social media metrics. Carl Jung understood the profound danger of this external focus, writing that one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. What he understood is that true strength comes from confronting your own shadows, integrating your inner world, rather than projecting your need for worth onto others and waiting for them to fill it. Your power grows when you stop seeking external approval and start building internal mastery. But these are only two of the invisible chains that bind you. There are others, even more insidious, waiting to siphon your energy, to dull your edge. One of them is the silent killer hiding in plain sight, a drain that most people mistake for connection. What is it? Chapter 2, The Explainer's Curse. The Explainer's Curse, a silent killer. Every justification you offer, every reason you give, chips away at your power. Learn why clarity can be your greatest weakness. The silent killer is the explainer's curse. It's the constant itch to justify yourself, to provide reasons, to give them a window into your process. They tell you communication is key. They tell you transparency builds trust. This is a lie. This is a drain. Every time you explain yourself, you move from an offensive position to a defensive one. The moment they know you need their understanding, they have leverage over you. You bleed authority with every word. Your clarity becomes their weapon. Think about the meeting where you lay out your plan, meticulously detailing every step, every rationale. You anticipate their questions, prepare your answers. You believe you are building consensus. You are actually building their attack surface. They don't hear your logic. They hear your insecurities. They don't see your brilliance. They see the cracks you reveal. Your explanations are not bridges. They are invitations to scrutinize, to judge, to undermine. You become predictable, a book with an open cover. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." What he understood is that your character, your worth, your power isn't built in the words you use to defend yourself. It's forged in the silent, unyielding act of simply being. The dark strategy is silence. It's the refusal to elaborate, to justify, to provide a backstory they can pick apart. Your decisions stand on their own merit, or they fall, but you will not be the one holding them up with fragile explanations. Let them project their own interpretations onto your actions. Let them fill the void with their assumptions, their fears, their fantasies. Your ambiguity becomes a powerful shield, deflecting their attempts to pin you down, to understand you, to control you. If you announce your motivations, your fears, your inner thoughts, people will dissect them. They will find the weakest link, the vulnerable point, and they will exploit it. You hand them the blueprint to your weaknesses. But if you simply act, quietly, deliberately, without fanfare or explanation, there's nothing for them to grab onto. Your actions become a solid, unyielding wall. There is no debate, no argument, no hidden leverage. Just the undeniable reality of what you have done. The leaders who move mountains rarely explain the physics. They just move them. The figures who command respect don't beg for understand. They simply demand attention. Their presence, their results, their unwavering resolve speak volumes. They don't tell you why. They refuse. They just refuse. They don't outline how they will succeed. They just succeed. This isn't arrogance. It's an impenetrable shield. It's a silent declaration of self-possession. Aristotle observed that excellence is never an accident. It is always a result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. He recognized that true power isn't in detailing the why of that intention or effort, but in the visible, undeniable result of the intelligent execution itself. When you stop explaining, they stop expecting you to. You train them to respect your boundaries, your privacy, your choices. You force them to deal with the outcome, not the process. They learn to deal with you, not your justifications. This isn't about being cryptic or manipulative for its own sake. It's about conserving your energy, protecting your leverage, and building an aura of quiet authority. Nothing leaks, nothing drains, everything compounds. But even as you seal this particular drain, there are other traps waiting. Invisible currents pulling you off course, eroding your resolve. One of them is the seductive illusion of perfection, the endless chase that keeps you forever running, forever incomplete. What is this hidden cost? Chapter 3. The Leaking Mind. Your mind, a fortress or a sieve? They preach openness, a fatal flaw. Every emotion revealed is a weapon for your enemies. Guard your thoughts. But even as you seal this particular drain, there are other traps waiting. Invisible currents pulling you off course, eroding your resolve. The most dangerous of these isn't an external force, but an internal collapse, the leaking mind. They tell you to express yourself, to be authentic, to let it all out. This is a lie, a fundamental misunderstanding of power. Every raw feeling you broadcast, every unchecked reaction you display, becomes an open wound, bleeding your strength directly into the hands of those who watch. Think about it. When you react with anger, you signal vulnerability. When you lash out in frustration, you reveal your breaking point. When you jump to defend yourself, you confirm their accusation, even if it was unfounded. Each emotional surge is a burst of energy, a vital resource, poured out onto the ground for your enemies to observe, to measure, to exploit. Watch what happens when you let your emotions run wild in a tense negotiation, a heated argument, or even a casual disagreement. Your voice rises, your body language betrays you, your words become clumsy, desperate. The other person doesn't need to win the debate. They only need to wait for you to flinch, to crack, to reveal the raw nerve they compress again and again. Here's how you shut down the leaking mind. You become a fortress. You cultivate a stillness that makes them doubt what they see, what they hear, what they feel. When provoked, you don't react. You observe, you don't explain, you analyze. You don't defend, you strategize. Your calm becomes their chaos, your silence their torment. If you announce your hurt, your anger, your insecurity, people will circle you like vultures. They will know exactly where to strike, exactly how to manipulate your buttons. But if you quietly absorb the blow, process the insult, and show nothing, there's nothing for them to grab onto. There's only a blank wall, a mirror reflecting their own confusion and frustration back at them. The Roman philosopher Seneca understood this core truth. Millennia ago, he wrote, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay. The wisdom he imparted is that the gap between impulse and action is where all your power lies. It is in that silent pause, that deliberate wait, that you regain control not just over your temper, but over the entire situation." Sigmund Freud, the pioneer of psychoanalysis, understood that unexpressed emotions do not die. They are buried alive and surface later in uglier ways. He observed how the unconscious mind, if left unexamined, can sabotage your conscious intentions, leaking your true state through slips, symptoms, or sudden outbursts. What he understood is that your internal world, left unmanaged, will ultimately manifest externally, often to your detriment. A master of self-control learns to recognize these internal tremors before they become external earthquakes, sealing them off before they can expose you. But even a mind disciplined against emotional leakage can fall prey to another subtle drain, one that promises connection but delivers dependence. It's the constant hunger for approval, the quiet plea for validation that turns your strength into a soft, malleable thing. What is this relentless pull that makes you betray your own inner compass? Chapter 4. The Overcommitter. The Overcommitter, a shadow that drains your power. This slow bleeding of your ambition, this constant scattering of your focus, understand its insidious grip. This insidious pull is the drain of the overcommitter, the silent killer of ambition. You agree to every request, every demand for your attention. It feels like connection. It feels like connection, like being valued. But it is a trap. Each yes without true intention is a chain, binding you to others' wills. This isn't connection. It's a slow bleeding. Every project, every meeting, every favor chips away at your own reserves. Your energy scatters, your focus fragments. You become a resource for everyone but yourself, depleted and diluted. Think about the person always busy. They boast about their packed schedule, their endless to-do list, believing it signals importance. Observe them closely. Their own core projects stall. Their goals gather dust. They run hard, but on a treadmill built by other people's needs. Here's how the strategic mind operates. It understands your most valuable assets are finite: time, energy, mental bandwidth. Guard these ruthlessly. Your no isn't rejection, it's an act of creation. It carves out space for your own empire to grow. Do not explain your refusals. No lengthy justifications. A simple, firm no, or "I am unavailable," creates a barrier. Explanations invite negotiation, and negotiation is always a risk. They gain leverage when you explain. What Leonardo da Vinci understood is that true mastery comes from ruthless focus. He cut away the superfluous to reveal the essential. His dedication to his craft meant protecting his time from distraction. He saw power in bringing a single vision to completion, not scattering genius across half-finished requests. This honored deep work. Loudly announcing unavailability invites challenge, a boundary they can test. But if you simply are unavailable, your time is quietly and consistently walled off. There's nothing for them to push against. Your scarcity becomes a silent, undeniable fact. Every yes to something you don't truly want is a no to something you do. This hidden cost is rarely accounted for. It's the book unread, the skill unlearned, the strategic move unmade. You trade potential for fleeting validation. This draining behavior often stems from fear of disappointing others, a need to be liked. Ask yourself, are they truly valuing you or just your availability? One builds genuine respect, the other quiet resentment. The difference is profound. To combat this, cultivate deep respect for your own time and agenda. Schedule white space, not just tasks. Make your most important work non-negotiable, blocking it out. Your primary commitment is to your own trajectory, not others' demands. Confucius taught that the superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. This applies directly to commitments. Do not promise more than you can deliver with excellence. Do not accept burdens that compromise your true purpose. He emphasized integrity built on purposeful, well-executed action, not endless availability. The overcommitter eventually becomes unreliable. Their promise is hollow. They burn out. They fail to deliver important tasks. Their energy too dispersed. This earns a reputation for weakness, a person whose boundaries are easily breached. Your power lies in control over your own resources. Cede that control by habitually saying yes, and you hand over your agency. You become a tool in someone else's plan, not the architect of your own. Learning to say no is not selfish. It is self-preservation. It is the tactical decision to protect your precious assets, deploy them where they truly matter, on your own growth, your own ambitions, your own strategic ascent. But even as you master strategic refusal, another subtle force diminishes your influence. It disguises itself as goodwill, but relentlessly erodes your authority. It's the drain of unearned generosity, the quiet subsidy you provide to those who never reciprocate. What is this hidden tax on your generosity? Chapter 5, The Whispering Drain. The whispering drain, an insidious current. It drains your vital energy, scattering your focus. Learn to recognize this poison before it consumes your power. The whispering drain is a subtle, corrosive force that erodes your focus and blunts your edge. It appears harmless, a casual exchange, a shared observation, but it acts like a slow poison. This drain pulls you into the trivial, away from the profound, scattering your mental energy across irrelevant landscapes. It ensures your power never fully consolidates. You see it everywhere: the water cooler, the social media feed, the family dinner table. People trade stories, dissect others' lives, and project their own insecurities onto absent targets. This isn't connection. It's a collective act of diversion, a way to avoid facing their own stagnant realities. They want you to join them in the shallow end. Every minute you spend engaging in trivial conversations, every morsel of gossip you consume is a minute stolen from your own ascent. It's not just the time, it's the mental real estate it occupies. Your thoughts become cluttered, your strategic vision blurred by the noise of other people's dramas. They pull you down to their level, subtly conditioning you to accept mediocrity as the norm. Think about the last time you were drawn into a circle of idle chatter. Did you emerge feeling energized, clearer, or more focused on your goals? Or did you feel a subtle fatigue, a sense that something vital had been siphoned away? The more you participate, the more you signal that your time and attention are cheap. This is why you must protect your mental borders with unwavering discipline. Your mind is a fortress, and trivial talk is an invading force, not a welcome guest. It distracts you from genuine problems, from creative solutions, from the hard work of building your own empire. They want you to discuss them, not become them. What Albert Einstein saw clearly is that great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. He didn't just speak of ideas, he spoke of the environment that fosters them or suffocates them. When you engage in the low-level discourse of gossip, you are not only lowering your own intellectual environment, but also providing fuel for the very mediocrity that seeks to oppose genuine progress. Here's how you seal this drain. First, recognize the pattern. When the conversation shifts to someone absent, when the focus moves from ideas to personalities, that is your signal. It is an alarm bell, not an invitation. Your role is not to contribute, not to clarify, and certainly not to defend. Second, cultivate a posture of polite disengagement. You do not need to make a scene or deliver a lecture. A simple neutral nod, a non-committal hum, or a slight shift of your body language away from the group is often enough. Change the subject subtly, or, if that fails, excuse yourself with a vague but firm reason. Your time is valuable, even if you are just going to check something. Third, understand that silence is a weapon. When others expect you to chime in with judgment or opinion, your refusal to do so creates a void. This void forces them to confront their own words or to move on to another victim. Your silence is a statement of your standards, a boundary they cannot cross. It is a powerful form of non-engagement. If you announce that you refuse to gossip, people will label you as arrogant or judgmental, and they will resent you. They will see it as a challenge. But if you quietly and consistently remove yourself from such interactions, there is nothing for them to attack. They simply learn that you are not a reliable partner for their trivial pursuits. What Socrates understood is that the unexamined life is not worth living. He pushed people to question themselves, to look inward, to seek truth rather than opinion or rumor. He knew that the pursuit of wisdom requires a rigorous focus, a refusal to be sidetracked by the superficial. Your silence in the face of triviality is an act of self-examination, a commitment to a life that is worth living because it is actively being built. Your refusal to participate in the whispering drain fortifies your mind, protects your reputation, and conserves your precious energy. It elevates you above the fray, allowing you to observe the strategic landscape with clarity. You are no longer just another voice in the chorus of the trivial. You become an independent actor. But what about the drains you invite yourself? The ones you rationalize as necessary evils, or even as forms of rest? There is another subtle fief of power that masquerades as harmless indulgence. It whispers promises of escape, but delivers only diminished capacity. What is this hidden cost of your self-soothing? Chapter 6. The Comfort Cage. The comfort cage, a gilded prison. This illusion of safety, built brick by chosen brick, starves your true potential. Prepare, for it will drain your very power. The hidden cost is the comfort cage. It's the gilded prison you build, brick by chosen brick, out of convenience. You seek the path of least resistance, calling it efficiency, but it's a slow surrender to stagnation. This cage feels safe, yet it starves your potential, dulls your edge, and ultimately drains your power. Comfort makes you weak. It erodes your capacity for resilience, for innovation, for the brute force needed against real obstacles. You grow accustomed to the soft bed, the easy meal, the predictable routine. Any deviation becomes a perceived threat. This subtle erosion prevents you from adapting, from growing. Your mental agility, your problem-solving muscle, your emotional toughness, all diminish when you refuse friction. You trade potential mastery for present ease. Animals in captivity lose their hunting instincts, becoming dependent. You are no different. Think about the person always choosing the familiar. Same route, same restaurant, same Netflix binge. They avoid new conversations, new skills, new places that demand effort. They believe they conserve energy, but they calcify. Their world shrinks, their options narrow. Watch what happens when someone refuses new technology or market adaptation. They cling to old ways, comfortable ones. When change crashes, they drown. Their comfort, once a shield, becomes an anchor. Here's how you dismantle the comfort cage. Intentionally seek discomfort. Don't wait for life to force you. Choose it. Embrace the awkward conversation. Learn the difficult skill. Take on the project that stretches your capacity. Step outside safe boundaries. Make small, calculated forays into the unknown. Take a colder shower. Eat something new. Read a book on a foreign subject. Force interaction with different views. These are not self-punishment. They are strategic exercises. They expand competence and tolerance for the uncertain. Most people run from friction. They seek the path of least resistance. In finances, relationships, careers, they want everything easy, smooth, predictable. They chase the illusion of a problem-free existence. But the strategic individual understands growth happens at chaos's edge, not in comfort's center. A muscle strengthens only when stressed, not rested. They cultivate a hunger for challenge, a willingness to be uncomfortable. It's the sharpening stone for their will and intellect. Friedrich Nietzsche understood this fundamental truth when he wrote, "That which does not kill us makes us stronger." He spoke not just of physical pain, but the mental and spiritual struggle that tempers the soul. What he understood is that genuine strength, real power, is forged in adversity's crucible, not in ease's soft embrace. Embrace resistance to become resistant. Plato, centuries earlier, illustrated this through his allegory of the cave. He described prisoners, seeing only shadows, chained their whole lives. To see true forms, they had to break chains, turn, and face the blinding light outside. This journey was painful, disorienting. What he understood is that true enlightenment demands a deliberate departure from the comfortable yet deceptive illusions of your confined reality. The lesson from both Nietzsche and Plato is clear. Your comfort zone is an illusion, a zone of diminished capacity. It feels secure, but it's a trap. Your power expands only when you push against its walls, venture into the unknown, accept temporary pain for permanent gain. So cultivate strategic discomfort. Identify where you take the easy way out and choose the harder path. Challenge your routines. Seek difficult conversations. Embrace friction, awkwardness, temporary failure. These are not drains. They are investments. When others shrink their world for comfort, you must expand yours by seeking its edges. They will wonder why you always move forward, adapting and growing. They will not see your intentional embrace of the uncomfortable, only the results of your relentless evolution. But even if you conquer your own comfort, External forces seek to lull you into complacency. They want you in perpetual debt, not just financial, but emotional and energetic. They promise freedom, but deliver subtle chains. What is this next insidious drain? Chapter 7. The Power of Silence. Silence, a weapon. Every unguarded word, a vulnerability. Learn to build your fortress not with steel, but with unrevealed intent. The next insidious drain on your power is the compulsion to speak, to explain, to constantly broadcast your intentions. They condition you to believe that transparency builds trust, that sharing your plans invites collaboration. This is a subtle lie designed to make you vulnerable. Every word you utter about future moves, every ambition you declare, plants a seed for others to monitor, critique, sabotage. Silence is not just an absence of sound, it is a fortress. When you constantly announce your strategies, you give away your playbook. Your competitors learn your weaknesses, your allies understand your leverage points, you invite unnecessary opinions, diluting your focus. This constant input creates tiny leaks, forcing you to defend positions better kept private. It makes you react to perceived judgments instead of acting on pure will. Consider the individual who declares their grand new project, business idea, or ambitious personal goal to everyone within earshot. People will nod, they will offer empty encouragement, but behind their eyes, they are measuring, calculating, waiting for you to flinch. They offer unsolicited advice, often masking insecurities or attempting to undermine your confidence. Your energy becomes spent managing their perceptions, not building your reality. Here's how you reclaim that power. Cultivate strategic silence. Let your actions be your only announcement. Work in the dark, refining your craft. Building your empire brick by brick without a single tweet or post. Do not explain your vision, execute it. Do not justify your decisions, demonstrate their outcomes. Your movements become unpredictable, your intentions opaque. If you announce every step, people will wait for your misstep, ready to pounce on any sign of weakness. They will feel entitled to weigh in, pulling you into their conversational eddies. When you refuse to engage, offer no explanations, you deny them access, you become an enigma. Your silence forces them to project their fears and desires onto you, but gives them nothing real to attack. They cannot dissect what they do not see. They cannot criticize a plan they do not know exists. This quiet refusal is a weapon. It protects your energy, preserves your focus. Think of monumental structures built by unseen hands, intricate networks beneath the city, complex systems operating without fanfare. Their creators did not announce intentions. They simply built, they simply made it work. Power comes from the finished product, not the blueprint shown. This isn't about secrecy for its own sake. It's about self-preservation, strategic advantage. The moment you seek external validation, you give away autonomy. You invite opinions rarely informed, often biased, almost always self-serving. They don't care about your progress. They care about their position relative to yours. This is where your strength is drained, your resolve diluted, your path entangled with others' expectations. Lao Tzu, the ancient master, spoke of wisdom in silence. He understood those who know do not speak, and those who speak do not know. This is not a call to ignorance, but a profound instruction. Guard your insights. Let your actions speak with undeniable force. True power resides not in grand pronouncements, but in quiet, consistent application of will, away from noise and distraction. Watch what happens when you adopt this stance. Your decisions become clearer, untainted by chatter. Your progress accelerates. Not spending energy managing external perceptions, you achieve an almost unfair advantage. Your rivals, critics, supposed friends, they have no intelligence on your next move. They are left guessing, reacting to your executed reality, not anticipating announced intentions. Silence, while potent, is only one barrier against the slow erosion of your power. Other subtle leaks drain your reserves without you realizing it. One is the constant demand for your attention, a silent thief that promises connection but delivers only fragmentation. What is this insidious trap? Chapter 8. The Silent Ascendant. Beware the noise. They seek to shatter your focus, to own your very thoughts. But true power demands silence. We cultivate it. The insidious trap of constant attention fragments your focus. They bombard you with notifications, urgent requests, their petty dramas, each a tiny pull on your mental bandwidth. Every interruption shatters concentration, forcing context switches, losing momentum. Your mind becomes a fragmented battlefield, never truly at rest, tethered to their agenda. This keeps you reactive. True power demands unbroken focus, a monastic dedication. Guard your mental space like a fortress, sealing cracks external noise might exploit. Learn to say no, not just to obvious distractions, but to innocent requests that chip away at your time. Every moment tending to another's crisis drains your own power. Abraham Lincoln, carrying the weight of a fracturing nation, understood this cost. He ignored the clamor of the short-sighted, focusing on the distant horizon. His power came from unwavering commitment, deaf to daily noise, prioritizing the strategic over the superficial. Sealing these subtle drains is an aggressive defense of your potential. It demands ruthless self-assessment, identifying where your energy truly goes. Track your time, observe your reactions, pinpoint depleting people or situations. This cold data reveals the leaks, the true costs of your existence. You are not merely managing resources. You are building an empire of self. The silence you cultivate becomes your strategic advantage. Boundaries around your attention are impenetrable walls. Information withheld transforms into leverage. Clarity of purpose becomes an unshakable inner compass. Shift from pawn to player. Every conversation not serving your long-term aims, every duty-bound social obligation, every piece of gossip consumed, these are tiny siphons. They promise connection, deliver only depletion. You give away pieces of yourself, your energy, for transient returns. Stop believing constant engagement equals success. Cultivate predatory selectivity. Choose your battles, your company, your focus. Your life is not a public forum. It is a private war room. Let others chase fleeting dopamine. You chase the enduring power of disciplined execution. This discipline isn't isolation, it's strategic engagement. When you engage, do so fully, with purpose, on your terms. No leakage, no wasted effort, no emotional residue. Your interactions become precise, surgical, yielding maximum impact with minimum expenditure. Consider Nelson Mandela, who spent decades in a cell, deprived of almost everything. He emerged unbroken, his vision clarified, his power magnified. He sealed the drains of despair, bitterness, and distraction within himself. His quiet strength reshaped a nation. His ability to maintain his inner world against relentless external pressure demonstrated ultimate power. Most people bleed power daily. They announce intentions, chase distractions, spill emotional truth to anyone. They wear hearts on sleeves, vulnerable to critique, manipulation. They mistake transparency for authenticity, dismantling defenses. Your path to unassailable power is paved with quiet renunciations. The things you don't do, the words you don't say, the battles you don't fight, these are your potent weapons. Invisible acts of self-mastery compound, building an impenetrable core. When you seal these 5 subtle drains, the urge to explain, constant need for attention, careless information divulgence, lack of clear boundaries, and inability to be silent, you become a different entity. You no longer react, you shape. Your energy flows inward, building strength, not outward. There is profound, terrifying freedom in this state. You move with quiet confidence, intentions veiled, actions precise. Others sense your gravity, the weight of your unspoken power. They do not understand it. That makes you untouchable. Their confusion is your shield. This is the ascent of the silent power player. No fanfare, no announcements, no desperate cries for recognition, just quiet, relentless accumulation of control. Your presence becomes a statement, your silence a threat, your execution a lesson. Maintaining this power is continuous war against impulses and demands. It is daily discipline, constant vigilance against seductions of weakness. Build your fortress, brick by silent brick, then stand guard. Nothing leaks, nothing drains. Everything compounds. What remains is you, stripped of pretense, devoid of weakness, utterly formidable. Now, go and build.